Were you covering them when Dipoto was here?
Yes, I was.
Dipoto actually has experience in the front office with the Rockies. He worked under Dan O'Dowd and did not get along with Dan O'Dowd and ended up leaving.
To Boston. That's where he went to the Red Sox with Theo.
Which to me is a check in the right box. If he didn't get along with O'Dowd and argued with O'Dowd a lot.
He left to Boston.
Jerry's a really smart guy. One of my favorite guys that's ever come through here. Really smart. Loves the game, loves the history of the game, knows pitching, knows how to pitch here. I don't know if he has the skills to be a president, but I could see him coming back in some kind of front office capacity if they believe they need the help. That's the problem.
I just don't think he would come into this situation based on just what just happened in Los Angeles. The reason it didn't work in Anaheim, you look, he had some good signings. The Pujols signings didn't look great. That wasn't him. The Hamilton and Pujols signings were strictly Artie Moreno.
The owner.
I know that for a fact.
Yep.
Those were told to him, you go out and get those guys.
Much like Monfort, Artie Moreno meddles too much.
Right. And Jerry's problem is they've been a little lean on pitching. And when Weaver got hurt this year, it's put him. But they're still 4 games over 500. They went to the playoffs last year. But Jerry and Scioscia never saw eye to eye. Jerry wants a manager that wants to at least use the statistical data, the evolution of the game, not govern it, not the Astros loon howl, but at least use it. And given the dysfunction, he just
didn't want any part of that.
Any part of it. Zero. And neither did Pujols and some other players, which hurt Jerry in that clubhouse in terms of, trying to earn respect. But my point is, Les, I think Jerry would be a great general manager. I would hire him in a heartbeat. I don't think he would come here only because he just walked out of a dysfunctional situation. Yeah. This is not a great functioning environment. It's better. It's better because O'Dowd and Guyvette was just not working. When you have one and the other and not knowing who's in charge, they couldn't even make trades half the time because GMs would get halfway up the telephone pole with one guy and then find out, well, he doesn't have the authority. It's streamlined in that way, but I just can't imagine Jerry would walk into this without being given total autonomy. Well, and I can't imagine Dick would do that.
This is the best we can do. I mean, everybody wants them to sell the franchise.
Right.
The best you can do is maybe say, because when they hired a general manager, they didn't go look for anybody.
No.
The best you could say is if we pushed it and said, talk to Dipoto and
I would
give
right
him
now
autonomy and let him do it, and you step aside and be the owner and be the guy that has military.
Well, here's a bridge maybe to something better. Bring him in as a consultant. Bring in an outside voice, but they don't do that a lot either.
Don't do that.
They don't listen to anybody outside.
But he might for a half season as he's trying to decide what he wants to do.
But I bring that up only because that's the one guy that Montford might say. Because, see, I think Montford knows he's such a bottom feeder kind of guy in Major League Baseball. Nobody knows him as an owner.
It's just in a vacuum. You're right. It's not like he has a bunch of friends in baseball.
He has no power and control in baseball. He's not considered.
Well, they've chosen not to. They live in their little cocoon.
Well, that's why I said, okay, so they're not going to bring anybody in, but here's a guy that he actually would pick up a phone and talk to. We're stuck with this situation. I'm just trying to come up with solutions within the framework of having Dick and Charlie there. And, I mean, they're busy putting, Cirque du Soleil in left field to go with the party deck when here's a guy, they wouldn't go get Tony La Russa. They wouldn't have picked up the phone. La Russa wouldn't even have known who Dick Montford was. Dipoto at least would talk to him, I think.
They had Nolan Ryan. They had Tony La Russa would have been a candidate, and they chose not to go in either direction. And Dipoto, at least what he brings up, he has familiarity with Montfort, he has familiarity with the organization and with pitching at altitude. But would they go there? That's an interesting question. I don't know. I feel for Jerry, though. It's a bad deal in Anaheim.